my name is Josephine. I grew up in Denzer Park, which is near Liverpool. I honestly had no idea what I wanted to be when I was in high school. All I knew was that I wanted to do something I would like. I knew for sure I didn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. That's all I can say. Yeah, it really goes against the stereotype. So back in high school, I was pretty average, I would say, but I was good at math and physics. But I was also horrible at geography and history, and I tried commerce for a year, and that was also awful. So never touching those ever again. I tried engineering for a year, realized that I didn't like it, but I did really like the biology aspects and the medical aspects of it. And that's kind of how I ended up where I am today. I would say that I did undertake additional study, so I did an honours year, I did my PhD, but that was all driven by interest though. So, I was really interested in, diabetes or medical research, and that's how I progressed. The Westmead Institute for Medical Research, it's pretty cool because it's part of the Westmead Research Hub. We are very closely affiliated with the University of Sydney, the Westmead hospitals, and so on. And this really encourages collaboration between all the different research centres, or the hospitals, or the universities. And for me specifically, I do research in the Centre for Diabetes, Obesity and Endocrinology. Type 2 diabetes as a disease means that you struggle to respond to insulin, your glucose is a bit wacky, so it's usually very hyper or hypo, and you kind of fluctuate between those two extremes. The most exciting project I'm working on is probably this novel mouse model that we've developed, and what we've essentially done is increased the availability of a particular protein in this mouse. But we think that the way that we've increased it will have beneficial effects for type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes can be caused by a lot of factors, some of which are dietary or environmental factors. So in our current mouse model, we're challenging them with a high-fat diet. So obviously most mice would become obese and diabetic and whatnot. But we think that with this novel mutation, they will be resistant. Then, even if you are exposed to a challenging environment, so whether that's, McDonald's, hopefully it won't be as damaging to your body, and you'd be able to control your diabetes in a lot more of an efficient and effective manner, rather than just injecting yourself with insulin like 3 times a day. What makes me want to get out of bed would be my research itself, obviously. I do find it exciting, but also the people I work with. My boss is fantastic, my colleagues are great, and having that kind of collaborative aspect really helps, because it's kind of like when you go to school and you want to go because your friends are there, right? The subjects are fine, they're okay, but you're going to see your friends, right? So it's kind of the same for me. So I think having a great team really, really makes me want to come in every day. I think the top 3 attributes which are super important for this role: a little bit of stubbornness, resilience, and hard work. When something doesn't work, it's not uncommon in science. It's very, very common actually. And I think relating back to those 3 qualities again, so stubbornness, resilience, and hard work, that's basically what gets you through. So, you need the stubbornness to go again and again. But eventually it does kind of wear you down a bit, right? And that's where your resilience comes in. And what you do is you kind of, give it a go. If it doesn't work, that's okay. Have a mental reset day, or a mental reset lunch or coffee break, or whatever it is, and then just try again. It will work at some point. Probably should mention that. It will work at some point, you just don't know when. Yeah. I also know people who suffer from type 2 diabetes. And just seeing them every day having to, moderate their intake, or inject insulin every day, test their blood sugars, and not to mention all the complications. I think that kind of just gives me a sense of fulfillment, I would say, just to know that I might be able to make a little difference, because even a little bit goes a long way.